said I got to say something, baby, hand me the mic. I said I got to say something, better hand me the mic. Somebody hand me a mic, cause I got to say something, so just hand me a mic. When I need to say something, better hand me the mic. I said I got to say something, better hand me the mic.
So, are we rolling, Southpaw?
We are rolling, sir.
We are rolling, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to People Like Us. And by popular demand, we're joined once again by Andy, Hercules, Einstein, Ormerod, ladies and gentlemen.
Welcome back.
Hooray, thank you.
Thank you. Long drive this one, Andy.
Longer than before. Picturesque.
How nice is it up here? Isn't it nice?
Beautiful.
Isn't it nice?
Beautiful.
This is this is where they live. This is where the other half live. You know, the other half of society. You know that we're not in. Well, you might be.
I'm on at Stokesley Tennis Club on Friday.
No.
Yeah, we just passed it, didn't we?
We did. It's like literally a 3-minute drive from where he's performing.
This was meant to be. Meant to be. Tell us about it. What is it? What's the gig?
Lass, we know. Oh well, no comic. Elizabeth Mitchell. She, I think, her parents go there, or they're involved in it somehow. And we did a gig there previously, but it was really early doors when we'd started. So it was like, we're all quite green to it. But she's organised another one for this one, and she's got me MCing. So, yeah, she'll be all right.
Yeah.
Last one was all right.
Yeah. How often are you gigging now then?
It's ticking over.
Yeah.
Ticking over, yeah. I'm doing a lot more MCing than I am the actual stand-up.
Yeah. Well, it's a transferable skill, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's did the comedy become before the quiz, or did the quiz come before the comedy?
Quiz came before the comedy.
You know what I mean? Was that your first? Have you always quiz mastered?
Well, no. So, me dad and me stepmom are quite religious.
Are they?
Yeah. And they had this thing. I shouldn't laugh at all. It's not even funny.
Right.
They had this thing, and it was their church, and they had a meeting once a month in the room upstairs of the Wee Chief, right?
Right.
Called Thank God It's Friday.
Love this.
Right.
This is beautiful.
So one of my dad's mates, Tink.
You got two dads?
Yeah. Well, one of my dads. Well, yeah. Don't know. Might do.
Maybe.
Yeah. One of my dad's mates, Tink. He's in a band. So Tink and his mates did a bit of singing.
Right.
And then they spoke about God for a bit.
They do that, don't they?
And then someone did like their experience of God. And then I came on and did a quiz.
Right.
Not about God, just
No.
like. So they've done like that. I was going, like, who's this? Like film lines.
Right.
So like Adrian, Rocky, all that.
Yeah.
And then I was going, doo doo boo doo boo doo boo 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 billy boo 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 boo. It's hard to do, isn't it? That was right. So they've done all that about God,
Right.
and I'm coming on being a fool, right? So the barmaid who was up there at the time, she said you should do a quiz downstairs. So she asked the landlord at the time, and I think it's been 15, 16 years.
Jesus.
Doing
That
it.
long?
Yeah.
No way. But that's how it happened. You doing not a God quiz. You doing a quiz at a God
to help me dad out,
like a
and
God
my
party.
stepmom. And it was just, yeah. And obviously I had to expand the quiz because it was only a little quiz up there. But
Yeah.
yeah, but what I've learned, then I started the comedy, and it was just free crowd work. That the quiz became that,
Right.
because I would talk to them more.
Right. So like the first time you ever done this quiz, is it just reading questions? Or like were you automatically getting people giggling?
No, the first question I did, I remember my face going, I could feel my face was
Scotch
hot,
yo.
red hot. And then, so I was having my pint like, well, and then I just settled down and it was fine.
Right.
But then, when we went downstairs, I was getting heckled sometimes by the locals or people in the pub, and that was quite hard in the beginning.
Right.
But then you hear a lot of it, and you just give them it back, or
Yeah.
say something funny to them,
Yeah. Banter it back.
depending what it is. I got attacked in there once.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
I can't remember what the question was, but she was going, the answer wasn't Elvis Presley.
Right.
And I said the name, what the answer was, and she come over and started hitting me. It's Elvis Presley. I said, it's not. She says it is. I says it isn't. She says it is. I said, no, it's not. And she started hitting me and that. But my dad's doing the barking, find it hilarious. I said, Dad, just give it a point. He said, no. So she keeps hitting me.
Right.
So in the end, I think we gave her a point.
Yeah. Occupational hazard, I guess.
Yeah, especially in there.
No. Well, it's picked up quite a good, name for itself. Obviously, I started hearing whispers of the famous Wheatie quiz off my dad. But I hear more people talking about it. It's people know about that quiz.
Yeah,
You know?
yeah.
If you're from outside of town, you know about the Wheat Sheep quiz.
Do you? Really? Yeah.
You know what I mean? But that's how it started. You started in there. You started playing with stuff and started thinking, hang on, I'm going to make people laugh here. And then it led into the story you told us the first time round, I guess.
Yeah, the comedy course.
Mm.
And then just sort of finding myself, really. That's what it's been, 3 years.
Yeah.
But it's been finding your lane, as it were.
Do you know, you don't have to tell us if you don't want, but it's just me and you here. As stand up, it's like
Yeah.
a bit of there's something about, right, when people are on stage, right, or, it's the start of fame, so to speak. And there's something about that being that person in front of a crowd, basically, females want to, be your friend, let's just say.
Right.
That's what I'm saying. And, have you ever experienced anything where, this job as, say, or this thing has maybe gained you some interest?
No.
No. Just point blank, no.
No.
Right.
Not one little bit.
No.
No.
Someone won you once, didn't they?
They did,
But that was a competition.
but she paid, and we never actually. But it was for charity.
Right.
But she paid. I got a couple of texts off her
Right.
saying, "When's this going to happen? What you say, sorting it out?"
Yeah.
So I said to George Losman, "Oh, we need to sort it out."
Right.
And it never really happened. So
And that was the end of that.
that was the end of that.
So basically, there's some lady somewhere looking for money back.
She was, how much was it? 60 odd quid.
Right.
She paid for me.
How bad is it?
I got asked. I won't name any names.
No.
It wasn't for the stand-up. It was for the full Monty.
Right.
And there was a picture of me on a poster with a mic through my legs with no top on. And I was like that. Like that.
Right.
And out of the blue, this woman I knew texts me. Can I go into detail?
Please.
Right.
Please do. Hi, ma'am.
She, well, if she's watching, I'm sorry. Sorry about that. I won't name your name. I nearly mouthed it there. Well, I won't know. She said, "Seeing you on that poster," it was something like, "Seeing you on that poster like that makes me want you to take me from behind." I was like, "Well, when am I doing it?" But that never came off neither, because I started seeing this woman,
Right.
so that never came off anyway.
You can't do that, can you, if you're seeing a woman?
No,
Just the frown upon it.
no.
No.
Especially I think she lives around the corner from where mum and dad do. So I didn't mean that at all. The
No.
lass I'm seeing now, I didn't even enter my mind.
No.
All right, we're all right, aren't we? Yeah.
But it does, though, doesn't it? There is something about, there's some psychology in, because that's how why famous people get it, or get the attention, shall we say. Something about being on stage, it does, makes people attracted to you, I guess.
I've had a different type of lady talk to me, if you see what I mean.
Okay, I'm interested.
Usually it would be a certain type of woman before this,
Right.
but afterwards they all talk to you. So women I wouldn't put myself with.
Right.
So I could see what you're saying, but they don't give me any sort of green light or anything like
Are you giving them a green light, Andy? That's the question.
Do you know, I might be. I
Are
mean,
you just thinking, I'm just a funny guy?
I might be flirting with them, I don't know.
Are you making eye contact? That's, long enough. That's the question.
Mostly, the women who talk to me mostly only have one eye.
Oh.
So, yeah.
Well, even the new ones.
No, not the new ones. They've got both their eyes
Yeah.
intact.
Right. They're both looking the same way as well.
Yeah.
Right.
So there could be something in it, but I've never thought, right, yeah, she's coming on to me.
No.
Do you think that's obviously with comedians as well, especially one of the tick boxes for a lot of girls, a man who can make me laugh.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
that. Any girl who says, "Oh, what do I need? I need a guy who's driven. I need a guy who's probably over 5'6". Fucked for me. I need, and I also need somebody who can make me laugh. That's normally like 3, really, isn't it? Let's say top 3 a lot of the time.
Yeah, make me laugh is always, it's most of the time it's up there in the most important things, isn't it?
Yeah.
I found that to be the biggest load of shite I've ever heard.
Really?
Yeah.
But it's a disappointment, isn't it?
I was, honestly, we had a big group of friends in that, 20s and what have you. I used to all court, make people laugh, all this and all that. They'd go for me mate in the corner who hadn't said nothing all night.
Really?
Oh, it happened to me loads.
That doesn't make no sense. That don't make no sense. To be fair, though, hang on a minute. I'm not sure if you're the funny guy, you can end up friend-zoned.
Yes,
'Cause I'm thinking
that's what happened to me.
I'm
A
thinking
lot.
through my life, right? Some
Yeah.
other funny people I know, right? And everybody liked them, but you're right. They weren't getting loads of you-know-what. But everyone liked them.
Yeah.
Everyone was texting them. Everyone was a friend. Everyone liked them being there. But it wasn't that.
No.
So I'm
Yeah,
not...
that definitely happened to me.
Right.
I had this one lass say to me, she was lovely, very attractive she was. Still is. How I've missed out. No, no, but I remember her saying to me once, she said, you'd be good on a date, you. She said, there'll be a load of conversation, you'll make me laugh and all this and all that. I thought, oh, here we go then. So I just said, well, why don't I take you out? She went, oh, no. I just mean in general you'll be good on a date. I said, I don't want you to go out with me. I just thought, there's mixed signals there, like, but,
I know, that was a bit of a wind-up, wasn't it? You know what I mean? Well, I was going to ask you if you have any advice for any aspiring, heartthrobs such as yourself. But I'm guessing if that's the case, it doesn't really count then.
No, just have a wash.
Yeah, that's a good start, isn't it?
Yeah.
But who's in Southpaw? What do you think is, talk about, I don't know. What is it? We've done this before, but let me ask you, don't just use the generic 3. What is the best way to attract somebody, would you say?
Ooh, best way to attract somebody. I mean, there's different routes for different people. You could be, as you say, Andy, you could be that guy in the corner and you're a bit standoffish, you're a bit mysterious. That a lot, and I think that's sort of the lane that you've stood in before, Daniel. The mysterious guy who you probably want to know a little bit more about, who's not giving too many vibes off occasionally.
Yeah.
So, I think that's an avenue for many, many men in a nightclub these days. They're a bit standoffish, they might have a little boogie, but they're not giving you too much. And that makes less is more a lot of the time, I think, with women especially. That's one avenue I'd potentially say. Another one is, this is the route that I've taken with women. I'm quite outgoing. I'm quite, polite, I would say. Try and be a gentleman, open the doors, pretty traditional. That's sort of the route I've taken. I haven't done too bad over the years. Obviously, the height's been a difficult factor, but once you overcome that, the world's your oyster. But I think in terms of the main thing that women are looking for a lot of the time is someone that they can probably just trust in, someone that's reliable, someone that they can sort of, eventually, feel like they could see themselves opening up to. But you're not going to be able to give all that away on your first date, are you? You just want to try and make yourself look and sound and seem as solid seem as solid as possible, right? Okay, he's got a decent job. Okay, he looks after himself. Okay, he has a wash. If you can do I think it's not. I don't think it's as hard as people make out. The whole women sort of thing. I think
it's you don't want to be taken seriously. I've just had a quick think there, and I was like, right. So the Williamsteads in the town.
I do.
Right. So the toilet's upstairs, aren't they?
Yeah.
Now then, this was, I don't know why I said it to her. I seen this woman coming down the stairs, two of my mates were on the bandit, and I couldn't think of nothing else to say. And when she come down, I went, "Ooh, you're a bit of all right, aren't you?" Like that. And then she just went, "What?" And then she went at the bar, and I went, I'm really sorry I said that to you." She went, "Please, right?" She says, "I'll give you some advice." She says, "I'm a little bit too old for you anyway." She says, "But my advice to you is never, ever say that to anyone ever again." So I took that on board. I've just had a think there. And I was going up the lasses as well, thinking that I was going to pull them, going, "What do you do for a job?" "Oh, I work in, I don't know, Morrison's." "What do you do?" I says, "I'm a librarian. Fancy a book?"
Oh, and
You know what I mean? So I've had to think there. They want to be taken serious.
yeah. To see that'll make them laugh, maybe. But then I think that's maybe as far as it goes.
And I remember, this is probably, hey, I've never thought about it before, but yeah, there's a reason why I didn't get the women, I think. Because someone brought me back, right, a lighter about that big with Ronaldo on the side, right?
You took that out with you, didn't you?
So I had it in my trouser pocket.
No, you
right?
didn't.
And then when a woman was about to light up a fag, I used to go over and go, "Allow me," like that. And it had a massive lighter with Ronaldo on. Thought I might get a laugh.
Yeah.
And they just went, "Thanks."
And that was
I
that.
like,
Well, they didn't even get the laugh.
Ronaldo, innit?
Didn't even get the laugh.
No.
You just got the light.
Well, sometimes they go, "What's that?"
Right.
And I used to tell him I was called the snooker player. "Oh, what? Yeah, it's all becoming clear."
Is it? Oh.
I used to tell him I was called the snooker player. I don't know why.
What,
Why
the snooker
wasn't I
player?
myself? I used to say I was the old snooker. My name was Doug Mountjoy, the old snooker player. I used to say, "What's your name?" "Oh, it's Elisa," or whatever. "What's yours?" "Is Doug Mountjoy."
Doug Mountjoy.
I don't know why, but I stopped doing it when one of them said, "Doug Manjoy." I went, no. So I stopped that. And then I heard someone say once, Alsatian.
Alsatian.
So I was calling myself Alsatian. And they were going, "Where's that from?" I said, "My dad's from Cali." So I was making out my dad was French.
Right.
Yeah, so it's coming a bit clearer now to me.
Isn't Cali in America?
Oh, no, Calais. Sorry.
Oh, right.
Calais, yeah.
Sorry,
But
Calais.
I was going Cali.
Cali.
My dad's from Cali.
Yeah, I think we're definitely having some.
So, yeah, I've had a good think there. Yeah, I can understand what was going on.
The pins drop, like, hasn't
Yeah,
it?
the
You know,
clarity's coming through, isn't it?
Yeah.
I say about my old tactic. I've mentioned this on here before. I thought I was going for the quiet, smouldering look. You know what I mean? That's what I was going
I
for.
can see it, mate.
But it never worked. You know what I mean? I never, ever, ever. You know, I'd go out with lads, right? And to me, they seem like prats, but they'd always do well.
Yeah.
Out.
Yeah.
Right. And I used to think, no, lads, that's what you need to do. You know what I mean? You need to pull that one off. You need to do the stare, right? But I later got told.
You've got me there, like,
Yeah.
I'm telling you now.
But I later got told by people that I just look like a murderer. That's what people would say. You look like a psycho. Like, I thought I was seducing them, you know, with my eyes. But instead, they'd be like, you know, like backing off. Like, oh, fucking hell.
That wasn't on your list, Southpaw.
Do you have a business? Thinking about starting one? Dash, the bespoke web design and branding experts. When you have a business that needs a professional online presence, when your current website is starting to look a little outdated and tired, when you have an idea and want to see it brought to life online, that's where Dash can help. Dash create bespoke websites built around your business and its requirements, from exceptional e-commerce stores to sell your products online, to beautiful brochures showcasing who you are and what you do. The team at Dash will become an extension of your business. You'll be assigned a dedicated team who will help guide and advise from the initial design brief all the way to the website launch. Not only that, Dash provide full aftercare to carry out any changes, alterations or updates quickly and efficiently. It's like having your very own personal web development team 365 days a year. Dash understands that in today's world, the right online image, exposure and representation is the key to success. Book in a free, no obligation consultation with one of their experts today to see how Dash can make your online vision an online reality. Just visit www.dashmedia.co.uk or search Dash Media on Google to find out more. Dash, the bespoke website and branding experts.
Listen, there's two different games, right? There's the one night stand game. I believe that's a totally different game and requires a totally different set of skills than the long game, right? So let me explain. If you're in the club, right, things that, and this is coming from a 40-year-old man who has absolutely no idea and never pulled in a club, so my advice is valid. You know what I mean? So, but here we go. So I believe if you're in the club, cocksure confidence probably helps you,
Yeah.
I believe, in the club,
Does, yeah.
right? But, so you might probably do better than Mr. Genuine Nice Guy, who's just honest and, oh, hello, yeah, how are you? You might do better in that scenario. But you take Mr. Cocksure, confident guy in an office space and people want him out. Think,
Yeah.
I'm sick of this fucking
Yeah.
knob.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
coming in here doing his swag. Like, but then Mr. Genuinely Nice Guy, you know, who walks his dog and, you know what I mean? And he's just genuinely nice and interested. How are you? How was your weekend playing that game? Well, not game. Let's say that's just how you are. You'll do loads better. You'll mop up in the office. Everyone, oh, he's lovely, him. He's lovely, he's nice. And he has a wash, you know?
He's got a wash.
And he has a wash.
He always stinks of Lynx Africa.
Yeah. I think there's different games going on, isn't it? It just depends.
It's a confusing little trail to navigate, like, isn't it? You know,
Yeah.
what, and that is definitely right. Which one you going for? Are you going for the club one night stand, or are you going to go for I'm trying to get married here? But if you're going to try and get married to a lass in a club, it's not a great place to start, is it?
Not going to work, is it?
No,
not
well,
gonna
it
work.
probably has. I bet it has tons of times. But you know, to start in a club,
I suppose it's also valid for what are you trying to attract? You know what I mean? You know, what sort of a partner does, and this could be a man or a woman, you know, vice versa. You know, what sort of person does Mr. Cocksure or Mrs. Cocksure or Mrs. fucking Mr. Confident or Mrs. Confident attract? Probably somebody who's into that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
But you know what I mean? I suppose it just depends on the destination, doesn't it? Depends what you're going
It's
for.
it's your peers as well.
Yeah.
So, say if you got with a woman at the end of the night in the Mardi Gras,
Oh, Mardies.
and then the next day you know you quite like her. You're of a certain age, you know, late teens, early 20s, whatever. You quite like her, and then your mates take the piss the next day. You're probably going to go think, oh, not that single-minded enough to think, oh no, I want to see her, I like her. You probably the peer pressure as well, innit?
Definitely, yeah, the peer pressure. I will say I never got in my life. I never got any. And I didn't have any friends. That's why I was thinking I never got any peer pressure. But I was thinking, oh yeah, you got no friends. That's why. Right. Oh yeah, that's why.
I think that's
Yeah, that's it. See, it's a good thing about having no friends because you don't have any influence. You know what I mean? It's just your decision.
Yeah, it's your,
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Have you been keeping up with that? I mean, this will go out in what 5 weeks' time or something.
5 weeks. Yeah, I was saying to Andy about 5 weeks.
By the time this comes out, this has all been concluded. But I've been following that Diddy trial.
No,
Mate,
not
I'm
really.
hooked. Are you not into it?
Not
I've seen there was an
really.
AI thing
An AI?
on this morning.
What on?
So you're it's not filmed, is it?
Nah, no cameras.
So, but they've done an AI version. So it's Diddy, like
Right.
as a character basically off Grand Theft Auto.
I love that. Yeah. No, I'm hooked on it. So nobody in this room is into it.
I can't say I've been following, mate. I hate to say it. One
Mate.
thing I do want to ask Andy, though, if
Go
you
on.
don't mind. Obviously, you've been doing this comedy game for what? How long now?
3 years.
3 years. Throughout that time, obviously, naturally, within entering a new space and a new work side of things, there will be ups and downs.
Yeah.
And I think we've covered the downs on a previous episode. Maybe there might be one or a funny one recently that you can tell me about. I don't think there will be. But is there a specific moment within your comedy career where you were like, that's it, I've cracked it, that night went flawless, I know that this is what I want to do for the rest of my life? And if so, can you explain that scenario and sort of where you were, how it went, just what the audience were like, how they interacted, you know, that side of things?
Still kind of a couple of points to that answer. I was always holding back, and I thought that for ages. I would go off stage when I first began, thinking, "Oh, I'm holding back here. I don't know. I didn't know what it was." And then, because in the beginning of it all, you want to get on places, and it's all about networking, innit? And you want to be part of so-and-so up there, or someone down here, or someone who you want to be on places. But there's a lot of stuff where you have to watch what you say.
Right. Well, so like no swearing and stuff.
No, like, I was... I don't know if he does it now, but I seen a lad at a competition in Newcastle. I was just to support one of the women who does a comedy with us. And he was on about... he said this joke, and it was like... I went, oof, oh, mate. You know what I mean? It was something about Hitler. And anyway, it's not a nice joke. And then he said another one about women walking home. It was horrible.
Right.
So I've never seen him on anywhere else after that.
Right.
So although he thinks it's funny in his own head, you've got to really self-edit as you go along. But then I realised the material I do have and the way I write stuff, it's not offensive.
No.
It's not. It's all back on me.
Yeah.
So I've mentioned her before here. I don't know that well. I've been in a company. I saw a comedian called Catherine Young.
Yes, you mentioned her, yeah.
And she's Middlesbrough. And she was just... she's lovely, quite soft-spoken, backstage, lovely woman. And her act is just a heightened version of a lass from the borough.
Right.
A bit sweary, a bit... And I thought, that's it. I thought I'm holding myself back.
Right.
So that was a bit of a penny drop moment. And since then, the MCing's took off.
Right.
Because I have a thing where you see some MCs and I don't think they appreciate that it's actually someone's night out.
Right.
So these people have come to see you, but they're having a night out as well. So you'll hear some of them go, well, you better liven up in the second half. Stuff like that. If someone said that to you, you'd be like, oh, who are you? You know what I mean? I'm not lively because you've not made me lively.
Yeah.
And then to say that and then introduce an act. I was there once when that happened. Right. And it was like, you better liven up the second half. Here's the first act. And the first act come on and she was, oh, my God. Went down like a lead balloon, bless her. So you've got to realise that is someone's night out. So once I got my head around that, you can it's just like talking to people. Yeah. That's all it is. You look at someone, the last one I MC'd in the Ivy Tree in Stockton, and we run this night, me and Helen White. And I was just looking about, and there was this one, he had his hair, long blonde hair. So I just see what I get off it. I said, I see Hanson's in at the back, something like that. And he was like that. And then he moved his head, and his girlfriend had exactly the same hairstyle.
Love this.
So I was like, oh, this is a gift.
Yeah.
So I went in on him. And then in answer to that question, when did it seem to work? It was MCing the first time I did it at the Ivy Tree. And there was this bloke, he's right in my eye line. He had like a red Lacoste polo on. Right. He was maybe his early 60s. And I says to him, he said, don't talk to me. I said, well, I'm going to talk to you now. And then, because it's a marquee in the car park, right? So he says...
Well, that's where you were gigging, in a marquee in a car park?
They have like a festival on.
Oh, right,
Ivy Fest, it's called. So they'd have like a bands in there and then the comedy on the night. And he was like, and I was getting a bit of a banter with him. And he didn't want to sit at the front with his wife because he didn't want anyone to speak to him in the comics, but he's right in the middle wearing bright red.
Perfect.
With a bald head.
Like a target.
So I started talking to him in that. And then I said, right, to get the first act on, I said the first act's name. I said, we'll do a Mexican wave. And I think he was called Dave. I said, Dave, you start the Mexican wave. He said, you don't start a Mexican wave at the back, dickhead. I said, why? I said, just do it. He says, no, you want to start it from the front. So I goes, you're starting it. And he went, I'm not. I says, you are. He says, I'm not. I says, you are. Come on, you're starting it. So we had to like that was going on. And he said, here, I'm not starting it. I'll take you outside. I said, we are outside. Because we're in this fucking marquee. And then I seen him and he just said to me, he said, I've always tried to beat the comics. He says, but when I said I'll take you outside and you said that, we are outside, I thought, I can't beat him.
Yeah, I'm done.
And whenever you sort of pick someone out of the crowd, I always make a point. Thanks for being a good sport, and they always love it.
Do they?
they always love you talking to them. So that was like a bit of a point where I thought, hang on, I can actually MC a little bit here.
Yeah.
So that was...
When you're back and forward with someone like that, though, like, is your ass not falling out a little bit?
You don't know where it's going to go.
Thinking, what if he is just the most wittiest guy ever?
Yeah.
And I get... Because it's all right if you're up there with no one with you, but he's down there hiding in the crowd. If you get the better of him, he can just like disappear. He'll all go away in a minute. It's what's supposed to happen. That's a comedian. He's going to win. You know what I mean? But if you got boxed up, like, literally, like, made to look like an absolute prat, you're stood there like, oh, no.
Yeah, what am I going to say? What am I going to do?
Your confidence just goes...
I think that's never happened to me. I was with Majestic, Darlington.
Yeah.
I did this. I was MCing there, and this one woman was late, and she'd come up the stairs to the theatre, and she had colourful glasses on and hair like Prue Leith.
What?
Prue, the Bake Off.
Oh, yes.
The woman in the Bake
Like
Off.
Prue's hair.
Prue Leith, yeah.
Right.
So I just called her Prue Leith. I said, here's Prue Leith. And she come up, and the rest of the crowd could see her, so they gave it a laugh. And then she sat in the front row, and I noticed she sat on her own, right? So I left it, and then the second half, I said, Prue, why are you sat on your own? She said, it's complicated. Now, maybe I should have left it, but you don't know what you're going to get, do you? You don't know where it's going to go.
No.
So I just said, is your partner? I says, what was he? Or she? I says, have you fell out? I said, is that the crack? She went, well, like I say, it's a bit complicated. I says, Prue, I says, have you done the affair, have you? I said, what's it? You know what I mean? Why is that? I says, come on, be honest with us. There's only me and you here. And she went, well, anyhow, it turns out that her husband died of cancer 2 weeks before. And it was just a little night out for her to take her mind off it. And she told me, and I went, fucking hell.
Did you say it while you were on stage?
Yes. So I said, look, so I made the crowd give her a load of love, give Prue a load of love. And I said, I'm so sorry about that. And then I thought, I don't know how I'm going to get out of it. So I just went, right, before I go on, anyone else got any fucking recently dead relatives? So that got a bit of a laugh. And then I saw her at the bar, and I was like, I said, I'm so sorry, I should have left it. And she was like, no, he would have enjoyed that.
You feel like
So
saying,
I was
literally, you should do a disclaimer, like, every time you come on stage, and like, listen, I'm going to start picking people out. Has anybody got any dead relatives or people who have cancer in their family? Now, raise your hand.
Tell us now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No? Right, good to go. Right.
But at the end as well, because of being good, I think it's right to appreciate them.
Yeah.
And so all I do is at the end, I say, what have we learned tonight? So I learned that Frank and Mildred over there, they're actually going to be swinging over there with it. Something you've learned on the night. Or like, we've also learned that Prue's husband has recently passed away. Sorry about that. Sorry I mentioned it again. You know what I mean?
Did she take it in good spirit?
She did, yeah.
Did she?
Did, yeah.
How recent?
2 weeks. She said she just saw it that day when she was going past, and she was like, "Oh yeah, I fancy just a night out."
I'm absolutely devastated. My world's ended. My soulmate is gone. I'm literally on the edge of anything. I need to be made to laugh.
Because she said that's why she was late, because she was
fighting the tears.
Yeah, she didn't know whether she was coming or not.
Yeah, literally.
Yes.
And she sits down and straight away.
Well, she didn't even sit down. I was taking the piss when she walked through the door. Oh, bless her. Prue Leith, look at her.
No.
But she was fine. Like, I said, let me buy her a drink. So I bought her a drink. She didn't really want a drink, but I thought, I'm going to have to do something.
Hey, talk about, like a tap up.
Yeah.
Just saying.
Oh, mate, that's a bit sick. Like,
I'm just saying, like, you know what I mean? Like, the world moves in mysterious ways. That's all I'm saying.
I mean,
when you were
she's
saying
about 75, like,
what's wrong with that?
People have needs, don't they?
Yeah.
You were saying about
she did,
about that Dave, who obviously you ended up beating in that particular moment.
Yeah.
I guess there were has there been many moments on stage where you ever have been like sort of outed? Because even then, even if you get beat in that scenario, is there not a world where you can still play that off? And like, if you've got so much confidence on stage, and you're at a point now where you probably don't get that nervous when you go up on.
No.
So is there a world where you get beat and you're like, oh, Dave, am I all right to go for my next line? Is there a world where you can switch it up?
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah, I like that.
You could end it like that. or you get people who do, because it's tried and tested. I try to think of someone else to talk to them about, but it's tried and tested. What's your name? What's your job?
Yeah.
Right. So then I got this woman, and I said, what's your name? Like Julia, something like that. I said, what do you do for a job, Julia? She said, I look after blind, abused orphan kids or something like that. And I just thought, there's nothing I can say there, is there? So I just said that. I said, you're fairly safe, aren't you?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But then I got this one, I was doing this one in Stanley.
Well, you could have went, at least they can't see you, you know? You know, I know. It's how far you want to take it, innit? You know what I mean?
I did this one in Stanley, and you always get some knobhead. And I just said, what's your name, mate? He said, John, something like that. I said, what do you do? He says, I'm a camel trainer. And I said, are you? And when I said, are you, that's me thinking of something there. Because I was like, what the fuck? He was like, oh, yeah. I said, must call for camel training in fucking Stanley, like, is there? And then that shut him down a bit, you know what I mean? But some people give you nothing back, and that's the hardest bit. So if you what's your name? What do you do? And they'll just sit like that.
They don't answer?
Or they don't want to be talked to.
Right.
So they'll just say, and but basically, I had this one woman, she had hair, like it was grey, like deliberately grey. But it was like short, and it was in like a bouffant type thing. And she didn't want to talk about her hair. But it was the only thing that stood out. So she ended up getting a little bit mad about me taking a piss about her hair. So she's saying, it's the best hairstyle I've had. I said, you must have had some shit ones. You know what I mean? And then she started laughing. So you can break them down like that, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But, and I was saying to Southpaw on the way here, some people will tell you things that they shouldn't really tell you as well.
Right.
So it's kind of organic. There was this bloke once, he just had the same coat on as his mate. And I'd seen him, and I said, what's the crack here with the two coats? That's all I asked, right? Then he told me he was the best shag in Stockton.
Right.
And
big claim.
I said, how do you know that? He said, because the lass that he shagged went out to be a lesbian, right? I said, I'm not sure it works like that, but fair enough. And then he told me he was the rightful heir to the Richmond sausage empire.
No.
Yeah.
What, he genuinely was?
That's what he thought.
He's the heir to the Richmond sausage empire.
So I was just like asking him about that, but it was just like a bit of a gift.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
beautiful.
So he's made his own joke.
There's loads to work
without
with.
Me, I just was like, I'll have to ask.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Thing is, though, that thing you said there about, the person who said that she had like the job with the blind and the kids.
Yeah.
Right. You thought yourself like, don't touch it. See, I'm a bit funny about this, and I've talked about this before to a couple of comedians that we've had, and I think even you. This whole like line thing. One of my very close friends, right, has a problem with Ricky Gervais.
Yeah.
Ricky Gervais's humour, he is arguably, one of the greatest, but he has some really dark stuff that he says. And that's kind of his thing.
Yeah.
He'll kind of say stuff that probably 90% of people would class off limits. But I think you get to a point where you're that big, you're uncancelable.
He is, yeah.
Sort of thing.
Yeah.
And, my friend who I was speaking to talked about, he starts basically, this is I've never actually seen it, but he takes the piss out of kids with cancer. Do you know what I mean? So there must be some joke in there that he mentions that. But I think I have a problem with this. I have a problem with anybody who has any offence from any comedy.
It isn't just a joke.
It is a joke.
It is.
His job is to shock in one way, shape or form.
Yeah.
Either make you piss yourself laughing or shock you or a bit of both. Like some of Ricky Gervais's laughs are, you'll get belly laughs from him, but some of them are like, like it's that sort of a laugh. Like, oh my God, what's he saying?
I have a thing I come up with the other week, and I've got a thing. If you see me, I've got a routine about different sex noises.
Yeah.
And now there's an add-on to that about, I don't know if I could do it or not, but there's an add-on to it about deaf people's sex noises.
Of course.
So, but I don't really know. I mean, the deaf people, I'm going to say it, fuck it. The deaf people aren't going to hear the joke, are they?
No.
But, so, but, you know, I don't know whether to do it.
I'll do it. What would a deaf person sound like?
Oh, no, all right, okay. So, right. If she's...
What do you mean? Remember, we've just said there's no red line with
right,
comedy.
No, I'm thinking of it because I involved my lass in it. Right. She's not deaf. So
She's just blind.
Hang on. What do you mean you involved your lass in it?
It's not. So what it is, right? We have had a conversation about this, Mina.
Is your lass deaf?
No.
Right.
So I said, well, what should we spice it up a bit? And she said no. So I said, why don't we try like deaf dirty speak? Right. So she was like,
Was that a deaf turkey speak?
no.
Right. It sounded like it.
So when oh God Almighty, she will watch this. Like,
Good.
So
What's her name?
Charlotte.
Hi, Charlotte.
So
Fucking hell.
I joke on again.
It's a joke.
No, again. This is probably why I didn't get any women. Because I was joking. So
But I suppose making deaf sex noises is definitely not.
So it's just,
Yeah.
it's just like how they speak, deaf people.
I like the way they speak.
So it's like, I don't. Shall I go on? I don't know.
I'm listening.
So it's just like, I'm doing the.
So let's get in the character.
So I'm
bit.
yeah.
Let's,
I'm
what do you
doing-
mean?
So I'm so the joke. So the joke.
Let's get in
is-
character.
So the joke is, and it was from a conversation that me and Charlotte had.
What you're about to say is factual, though.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's just facts.
Yeah.
Just facts.
So it was, God. So it was
Was that them finishing?
no, gone. No. So imagine so I'm having a bit of sex with her, and I'll say it to her in like an American voice.
Oh, yeah.
I'll go, do you like big cocks, huh? Do you like that in you, huh? Yeah, come on. Yeah, all right. Like that, right? And then she'll go, but in a Darlington accent, she'll go, oh, well, I do. Like that, right? So then, to spice it up, to do a deaf version of that.
Go on.
So it would, I might not get a gig off. I don't know.
No one watches, no.
So-
Don't worry about it.
So it's like, you like that? Yeah, baby. Oh, all right. And then she's going, oh, well. But I don't know if I could do it.
No. I mean, look, what you've said is facts, and it sounds like you have a spicy, exciting.
It was a conversation we had, and then I was,
Is she all right with this?
well, I'll soon find out. I'll mention it to her. She'll be all right.
Yeah. Look, it's all just for jokes, isn't it?
Yeah.
An American deaf person having sex. Wow, I've never heard that before. An American deaf person having sex. That's a first. But I bet that was pretty accurate.
Yeah.
Is it?
Oh,
I mean,
my Lord.
there's different levels of deaf, isn't there? Because there's like early deaf, where they're saying stuff, but it's just a little bit off. But then there's like all the way gone. I think you were all the way. You were like,
All proper deaf.
yeah, like from birth deaf.
DJ Jazzy Deaf.
DJ Jazzy Deaf.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's yeah.
It wasn't meant to be. If it was offensive, sorry about that.
Yeah. Listen,
No, obvious disclaimer. It is just a joke. Anything said on here isn't said to upset anyone. Obviously, if you are deaf, it's a very awful thing.
They can't hear you, mate.
Yeah, I know they can't hear you, but somebody might know a deaf person. And again, it's said in jest, and personally, I think it's rather accurate and sound.
I
It
think so.
probably will be.
I think so.
But I don't know. I think you need to work on that material maybe before you take it live. Like,
Yeah. It needs to.
Flesh it out. a
Well,
bit.
yeah.
I don't know if I've got relationship.
No.
Speaking on working on material, like I don't know whether we've asked you this, Dan. Correct me if we've already asked him this, but what exactly is your process? Have we been through that?
I don't know, but I'd be interested to hear it again.
Yeah, like the process that you have
Well,
in terms of like writing. Is it just a case of anything funny within your world? You know that thing, that conversation you had with Charlotte. You know, you can take that a million ways on stage, and you can chop it. It's never going to be 100% accurate because you need to chop it.
And it's all played up though.
Yeah, of course. What you've
yeah.
told us there isn't actually how the conversation probably went. You've made it a little bit more funny. So it's like, what is your process with that?
It's something that again, I can only speak for me. So it's like a football team. So they say, you know, have a good goalie, a good centre half, a good midfielder, a good forward, and that's your spine of your routine. And anything else just branches off of that. So you might have something you do there where you're trying out someone on the wing. That person on the wing might actually become the spine.
Right.
You know what I mean? So it's all about trial and error. It's things that just sort of go on in your mind. I wrote this one thing about this I thought was hilarious. About this, I was on a dating website and she was fine. I met her. She was everything I wanted in a woman, but she couldn't say the word coffee. And she said it a bit like that, coffee, like that, right? So, and I thought it was just like a tick that she had. It was, you know, it was meant to be like on me that I couldn't sort of handle someone saying coffee like that. And I rehearsed it all day and I had a gig on the night and I said it and I thought it was tight. I thought it was good. I didn't get one laugh and I thought, you need to think again.
Yeah.
So I've never done it again.
No.
No.
I don't know too much about comedy, but I assume, like you say, you something happens. You know, there is certain things that are just innately funny. Like, or they're just funny before you even start, and I guess you hash it out from there. Like, you know, the man in the Indian shop. There's a joke in there somewhere. Of course there is. There's always a joke in there. You know, like you say, you think of something. I guess you get like a premise, and I guess you just swirl it around, right, until something.
I know
comes out.
some of them, they write, so they'll do it as like a Venn diagram. So,
What's a Venn diagram?
So it's like, so something crosses over into something else. It's like a circle, innit? Southpaw, you know?
Yeah, I know what you mean.
So it crosses over into, so they'll give the cell a subject like, I don't know, football.
Right.
So it'll be like footballers' wives, and then maybe you could, in part of that circle but doesn't cross into that, you could say something about a certain footballer's wife, you know what I mean? Or something that they're a sort of stereotypical footballer's wife is, or something like that.
Huh. Yeah. It's always fascinated me, like how a comedian does it. You know what else fascinates me? How they remember everything. Like
That's the easiest bit.
How can that be so easy? It's sort of like
that gets me as well.
Some people can stand on stage, not just like the standard thing is an hour in it. That's the mecca. You do the hour, but some people can do longer.
Yeah,
some people do an hour and a half and shit like that. Hour and 40s. I've seen that before.
There's someone said when I first started, and I died at Otley. I was about 3 months in,
right.
Not one laugh, and he said to me, he said, "What you'll get in time is like a joke jukebox in your head. So if it's not going well, you can just switch it to another one."
Right.
But how I do it is, if kind of flows. So I know once I finish that, I'm doing that. And it's not word for word, verbatim every time. But once I finish that, I can go to that. If the crowd, then I've got a thing that I swap over sometimes. Because one's got a certain end, but the other one has them dancing at the end.
Right.
So if I think they're all up for it, I'll change that in my head. I'll change the order of that. But it's easy, because you've written it. It's come from you. You know what I mean? So you know your thought so when you're saying it, and it's a weird sensation, because you're saying it, you're looking at the crowd, and your brain's about 2-3 seconds ahead. So you need to know what to say next.
Right.
That's how I found it.
So as you're saying something, your brain's already like you say,
yeah, your brain's
halfway through the next bit.
Yeah, you're like, right, I might have to say something about this woman wearing a hat that looks like a daffodil.
Right.
Or I might have to say something about that bloke who's looking at his watch all the time, or you know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah. How do you like, in them instances where, like, God forbid, you have, in your words, died, you've absolutely flopped, not one person's laughed. How does anybody, for that matter, find the strength to literally go home that night? There you are, you laid in your bed, right? You've just stood there and not one person laughed, right? And you're thinking, and then that's going to play a trick. It takes a certain strength of mind to be like, not even bothered, like, and genuinely mean, I don't care. Like, and then to get up, like, the next time you're going up, there is no way that's not in your head. The next time you're getting up, there's no way you're not thinking, last time I did this, nobody laughed.
You need to do one as quick as you can.
Straight back out.
Yeah. I died on that Friday. I did a gig the next day, and I raised the roof,
Right.
and it was exactly the same set.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh. It just depends on the crowd.
So it's, yeah. So as well, it's, you start, oh, I'm not good at this. I'm not good. No, if you've been doing it, you know that spine of your jokes, because you've done it for a while, are going to get laughs, and you know where the laughs are. So sometimes it's not the comedian. Everyone has an off day, and they might be dialing it in to a touch.
Right.
You know what I mean? But only they can tell you that. But sometimes it's because as well, if you think, we do like pubs and places like that.
Yeah.
So some of them have never been to comedy before.
Yeah,
Or some of them, so you're like, so they might find it a bit, am I okay to laugh at that? Am I okay to laugh? And they might get, you know what I mean? That could be a thing.
Yeah.
Or they've just not, or it might be the end of the night and they're tired out.
Yeah.
Or they've had, at the end of the night and they've had a bit to drink.
Do you know, have you ever watched, I have, your Netflix comedy specials? I know for a fact I've sat and watched a comedian that I like, and I can honestly say he was funny, but not laughed,
Yeah.
but enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You ever found yourself doing that, like just smiling, like, and just like thinking, oh yeah, this is class, like I'm enjoying this a lot, but not having to howl out loud laughing?
Sometimes you get that. Sometimes you can do your full thing, and you can see people are enjoying it. They're just smiling like that. They're laughing. Like,
Yeah.
they don't, well, not out loud, but they're just...
Isn't it mad, like the way that you, obviously, as the comedian on stage, what you require is like decibels of noise back. That's what you require.
Yeah.
They can smile all I want, but that's not what you're looking for. You want noise, because that's kind of the gauge, isn't it? If
Yeah.
people are howling,
Yeah.
then that's classified as you smashed the roof off.
And you're getting something back instantly, back off them, to know that what you've written,
Yeah,
you can take on forever,
yeah,
forever how long. But another thing I don't like, some people say this, again going back to like someone's night out, is they'll say a joke and no one laughs, and then you've heard them, haven't you, Dan? When they go, oh, people usually laugh at that one. Well,
it's a nightmare that
well,
one.
I haven't ever, because
Yeah.
it wasn't funny.
Yeah,
So it's like telling people, I just get on with it, mate. They don't laugh.
Is that scenario similar to the scenario where you had, where all of a sudden the first night flopped? As you said, you died the first night. Second night, you brought the house down. Another thing that interests me with comedy, and I think it's probably one of the most important things about comedy, is timing. So I wonder how a comedian knows which sentence to break up in which way, and to like you're almost writing a story within breaks to let the audience build on that bit. Pause there. Like, do you reckon that whole night changed because of your timing? Maybe.
I think that the night I died
Right.
I think I was more nervous because of who, like, I was trying to impress somebody,
right.
Because I was a promoter and what have you. And then as soon as there was another comedian on, and he said, don't you worry, but he says, you're new to it, don't worry about it. He said, I could see it was going wrong when you started self-hugging. So I had the mic like that going. Anyway.
Okay, now.
But the next night, I wasn't. It was just a night that someone had asked us to do, and I was with some of my comedy mates,
Right.
and it was completely different. But the thing as well, what we were taught was, don't use 50 words when 5 will do.
Yeah.
So keep you know. So you're like, nah, take that out. You don't need to say that.
Right.
You don't, because sometimes you see comics sort of go on about a long story, and if it's a long story, the punchline has to be good. But the last thing you want in a long story is the crowd just being lost.
Yeah.
Or just thinking, well, he's not said a joke for about 10 minutes here.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's like a tempo, innit? I suppose you've
Yeah.
got to have like a boom, 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 like a.
Yeah.
But then you would need, wouldn't you, to get that? You need the crowd, don't you, to make noise, to laugh back, so you know what goes where and when.
Yeah. So you a long story, you should have gags in that story.
Yeah, along the way.
Yeah, so that you keep them laughing. You keep like, I don't really have any long stories, me.
No.
I try to be jokey, joke. But you do find as well. I videoed one I did in near Bradford the other week, and I went down quite well. It was fine. But you take your cell apart as well. So I watched it back, and I'm saying right a lot.
Right.
So I'm going there. So what happened was, right? And I'm going, oh, so you're right. And I'm thinking, no, don't. So I'm conscious of saying right all the time.
That's just a regional thing, innit?
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
You know, we've got loads of. I say you know too much. You know what I mean? I say that too much. In it too much.
I'm probably doing it tonight, where you just go, and it's like you can't. Even now, I want it. You just can't help it. It's part of
it's part of
your dialogue.
It didn't. I just noticed it, but no one knows that you said right too much. I hate you. Oh God.
No,
I've got a massive Ronaldo lighter. Do you like me now?
You do get them things, though, like with certain comedians, if they're saying a word too much, you're right. You're right there, you know what I mean? All of a sudden, it's like, oh, that's frustrating me now.
The thing I've learned as well is there's an audience for everybody.
Right.
So like, believe it or not, a menopause gig is a thing. There's lots of them.
Sorry, what now? What?
There's like a menopause, well, not community. I don't think you would call it that. But there's a lot of menopause gigs. So it'll be ladies of a certain age, and the performers will all be ladies.
Ah, right.
So if I turned up, I ain't gonna go down well.
Mm-mm.
You know what I mean? So there's an audience for something like that. You get a lot now of afternoon gigs. So that I did one in Marski, and it was like 4 PM.
Right.
So I was home by about 6:30. It was unreal.
Job done.
Yeah, but yeah, it was 4 PM. They were really good, but they told the venue they didn't want to stay out late. It was a Sunday.
Love that.
So they just said, right, we'll put it on earlier for you.
I've heard this story off somebody before. Was it my dad? Did my dad go there?
No.
I feel like I've heard this story recently. Not from you, from somebody else, about this gig in Marsk. Yeah, this rings a bell. Why was there a gig at 4 PM? Is that genuinely it? They didn't want to be out there?
Yeah, that's what I got told, yeah. They were like...
Because it's Sunday?
Because it was, yeah.
Right.
Like afternoon drinking and then going home a decent hour.
Well, it makes sense, I suppose. Like, yeah, I suppose why does comedy have to be in the night? I guess. Could be any time. You could start something new, Andy. Do morning comedy.
Morning comedy.
Best time I'll have is AM, innit?
Even that menopause gig, I think you've got an avenue there, you know. I know you say there's rooms for everyone. I do agree with that. But if you turn up to a menopause gig as the only man and your wife's got menopause, you know what I mean?
Menopause.
Yeah, like, lads, ladies, I can't do anything right. You know what I mean? Like, and then you rail off the list of funny scenarios and little things that have now turned into big things. Like,
but it's all about trying it out.
Yeah, of course.
So that's what the open mics are there for, to just try. And if it doesn't work, it doesn't work.
Right.
You know what I mean? But there was a bloke on I saw once. He was an older fella, and he started off great. And I was just an audience member. Started off great, and he was self-deprecating about his age, and the jokes about his age, and then he started going on about from nowhere. He had the room from nowhere. He started going on about his mum having dementia, and how she now wouldn't remember him watching her in the bath. And everyone just went, "What on earth has gone on here?" You know what I mean? So that's what I mean, trying it out. So things that are in your head that you might think, oh yeah, the lads in the pub will get a laugh at that. Oh, I think that's funny. No, mate. No. Like, come on now.
Can I just say I actually found that joke very funny. So if that makes me the other one out, then I do apologise.
Yeah. But I mean, like, you read the room as well. So like,
in some rooms that may work.
Yeah,
But in that one it didn't.
No, everyone.
Right. Maybe I'm just one of them.
See, there's an audience there, Dan. There's an audience for everyone.
Yeah. I'm difficult to shock. I think the darker the humour, the better. To be fair, that's what I'm into. You know. But yeah, interesting, mate. Yeah. So you've been busy.
Yeah, I've got a night as well.
Mm-hmm.
I took over at the Majestic.
You took over.
Yeah.
Right.
Me and little Helen White.
Right.
And it's the last Friday of every month, that one. Jesticles Comedy Club.
Jesticles. Right. And it's just you and what's the lady?
Helen.
You and Helen.
We promote. We try
it's your
around
thing.
and promoting now. And
so you'll be promoting the night where there'll be other comedians.
Yeah.
Okay. All like aspiring up and coming comedians.
The first one is Helen's doing her act. I'm the MC. And there's 3 comics on after that, and it's just people we know.
It's people you know.
And one of them, he supported Jason Manford.
Really?
Yeah.
Come and think of it, I know somebody who went. Wasn't you? You've been on at the Majestic a few times, haven't you?
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure I know somebody that went there that night. I certainly was going to anyway. You have to get tickets, right?
Yeah.
Where can people get tickets to this stuff?
It's on all the socials. We have a website.
No, you don't.
No, I was out leafleting.
Leafleting?
The town centre on Saturday.
Really?
Yeah.
You're just walking in and dropping leaflets off of people? Or are you giving it to the general public?
Just going in like places. Helen she's got this little Italian greyhound.
Right.
So people were going, oh, I love your dog. And she was going, do you like comedy? Here's a leaflet.
I love that.
And there was, there's a thing in the Premier Inn in the town, and the Dolphin Centre, things to do in Darlington, like little displays. So I just stuck a load of our leaflets in.
And that was that.
See what happens.
Hey, that's a good idea, isn't it? Just thinking.
I was just thinking the same thought you were having.
Literally.
Little Wilson.
Stood in the town centre with Wilson.
Come and give a stroke.
Yeah.
Come and stroke my dog.
Want to buy a website?
Yeah, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
that
work.
actually is an unbelievable avenue,
The amount of people come up, oh, I love your dog.
Oh, yeah.
Little sign, stroke for free.
You might have just opened a door there, Andy.
And that is an unbelievable idea, that.
Isn't it? That lady knows what she's doing.
Yeah,
I love
very
that.
good.
So it's Jesticles. It's the last Friday of every month.
Yes.
And it's yours and
Helen White.
Helen White show. And tickets can be found on any of the socials or on the website.
Or at the venue's website as well.
At the venue's website. What is your or its website? Not the venue, yours and Helen's.
Oh, no. Testing him now.
It'll be I think it's just Jesticles.
You think?
.com. I should know that.
We don't got a flyer on you.
I was going to... Oh, do you know? I was going to bring a flyer. I forgot.
Well, what are you saying? Southpaw? We're going to drop that.
We are going to drop that. I'd imagine it is just on the Majestic's website, which is www.themajestictheatre.co.uk.
Yeah.
And you can book, it says see upcoming shows on there, so that's probably where you can book it in.
And that's that. How long have you been running, Southpaw?
Coming up to 110.
Well, that's where we like it, Andy. Nice and short and snappy, like that greyhound you were just on about. Yeah. Before we go, can I interest you in a sausage roll, mate?
No, mate.
Not for you, no?
No.
Get in your mouth, don't they?
Claggy, innit?
Yeah, it's claggy. Well, listen, ladies and gentlemen, that's the end of that. Hang on, before we go, have we missed anything? Am I missing something here? No?
No,
We've got everything out,
yeah,
right?
I believe so. You got a show which will already have happened by the time this comes out next week. Hope that goes well at the tennis club. Last Friday of every month, which you've already said. The Majestic Theatre.co.uk. And any other shows that you've got at the back end of July, Andy, that you know of, or August time?
This is what we should. I knew there was
Here we
something.
go.
This is what we should be doing.
Oh, no, my Wee Cheap quiz is
Of course.
getting moved to the first Friday of every month.
Right.
What was it before?
The last Friday of every month.
Right.
Why the move?
now the first Friday of every month,
'Cause
the
of,
wheat sheaf.
Because of that gesticles.
Oh, so you're calling the shots?
Well, I was a bit scared of the fella, so my dad asked him. He's already we move it. He says, yeah. Right. I have a one in Redcar on the 12th of July, but that'll have been on by the time it comes on. I've got another one. Well, we got the... What's the second? Oh, no. Again, the Majestic in July. I've got a couple that need confirming in August, but definitely one in Stockton, which is the bank holiday, which is the Ivy Tree again. So it doesn't cost you nothing. It's just like a pub thing, and you get about 50, 60 people there.
Yeah. How many comedians will be on? Just you or others?
No, there'll be. I think I'm emceeing again.
Yeah.
And then there'll be 4 comics on
And that's at the Ivy.
the Ivy Tree.
Right.
Yeah.
In Stockton.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Smashing. Brilliant. Andy, really appreciate you coming all this way again.
No problem.
Third time on the show. Ladies and gentlemen, that is the end of it. Thank you for watching. Thank you for everybody that is here. And we'll see you next time.